I've eaten it until I'm quite uncomfortable.
This is rank treason to the cause. I suffer as much as any of you, but I'm a conscientious conspirator, and if you won't give the secret sign, I will.
Poor martyr, he's always at it. And the aftermath is something awful.
Well now, about your production of patience. Plainly put, I'm partial to the Pirates of Penzance.
Well, our piece has been produced upon a scale of unexampled magnificence. I endeavored to persuade Ernest Dummkopf, our manager, to lend us the full complement of aesthetic dress and dragoon guards for our marriage. Don't think of the effect of a real Athenian wedding procession cavorting through the streets. It would have been tremendous.
And he declined.
He did, on the prosaic grounds that it might rain and the dragoons' swords might rust. If, as is confidently expected, Ernest Dummkopf is elected to succeed the dethroned one, mark my words, he will make a mess of it.
He's sure to be elected. Our entire company has promised to push for him on the understanding that all the places about the new court will be filled by members of the opera company, according to professional precedents. Now here comes Ernest Dummkopf. We shall learn all about it. Well, what's the news? How is the election going?
Oh, it's a certainty, a practical certainty. So if you all keep your promises and vote solid, I'm cocksure of election.
Trust to us, but you remember the conditions?
Oh, yes, you shall all be provided for life. Every man shall be ennobled. Every lady shall have unlimited credit at the court milliners. And all salaries shall be paid weekly in advance.
Oh, it's quite clear he knows how to rule a grand duchy.
Oh, why, my good girl, for 10 years I've managed a light opera company. After that, I can rule anything.
Were I a king in very truth, and had a son, a guileless youth, in probable succession, to teach him patience, teach him tact, how promptly in a fix to act, he should adopt in point of fact a manager's profession. To that condition he should stoop, despite a too fond mother, with 8 or 10 stars in his troop, all jealous of each other, all jealous of each other. Oh, the man who can rule theatrical crew, each member a genius and some of them too, and manage to humor them early and late, can govern this company's day.
Oh, the man who can rule a theatrical crew, each member a genius and some of them too, and manage to humor them early and late, can govern this state. Govern this state is for state.
Both A and B rehearsal skip. They say they'll never make a slip, but that's a wishful fable. C in each act must change her dress. D will attempt to square the press. E won't sing Pirate King unless his grandmother plays Mabel. F claims all hoydens as a right. She's played them 30 seasons. And G must show herself in tights for 2 convincing reasons. 2 very well-shaped reasons. Oh, the man who can put operettas on stage and coolly divert prima donnas who rage can govern and rule with a hand tied behind all Europe and Ireland combined.
The man who can put operettas on stage and coolly divert prima donnas who rage can govern and rule with a hand tied behind all Europe and Ireland combined.
Elected by my fellow conspirators to be Grand Duke of Finnig as soon as the contemptible occupant of the throne is deposed, here is a promotion indeed. Why, instead of producing patience for a month, I shall play the Grand Duke for a lifetime. Yet am I happy? No, far from happy. The lovely English soprano, the beautiful Julia, Oh, that rare and radiant being who broadened our already considerable repertoire with the brilliant works of Gilbert and Sullivan, treats my respectful advances with disdain unutterable. And yet, who knows? She is haughty and ambitious, and it may be that the splendid change in my fortunes may work a corresponding change in her feelings towards me.
Herr Dummkopf, a word with you, if you please.
Oh, beautiful English maiden, your grace has brought you, your beauty is
Don't speak. No compliments, I beg. I desire to speak to you on a purely professional matter, so we will, if you please, dispense with allusions to my personal appearance.
My hopes shattered. The haughty Londoner with her bewitching English accent still despises me. It shall be as you will.
I understand that the conspiracy in which we are all concerned is to develop tomorrow, and that the company is likely to elect you to the throne on the understanding that the posts about the court are to be filled by members of your theatrical troupe,
That is
according
so?
to their professional importance.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Then all I can say is that it places me in an extremely awkward position.
How so?
Bless my heart. Don't you see that as your leading lady, I am bound under serious penalty to play the leading part in all your productions?
Yes, and
of course, the leading part in this production will be the Grand Duchess.
my wife!
That is another way of expressing the same idea.
I scarcely dared hope for this.
Of course, as your leading lady, you'll be mean enough to hold me to the terms of my agreement. Oh, that's so like a man. Well, I guess there's no help for it. I shall have to do it.
She's mine. But do you really think you would care to play that part?
Care to play it? Certainly not. But what am I to do?
It's for a long run, mind. A run that may last many, many years. No understudy.
Business is business, and I'm bound by the terms of my agreement.
But considering your strong personal dislike for me and your persistent refusal of my repeated offers, won't you find it difficult to throw yourself into the part with all the impassioned enthusiasm that the character seems to demand? It's an emotional part, remember, filled with long and repeated scenes of rapture, adoration, tenderness, devotion.
My good sir, throughout my career, I have made it a rule never to allow my private feelings to interfere with my professional duties.
What? Never?
Well, hardly ever. You may be quite sure that, however distasteful the part may be, if I undertake it, I shall consider myself professionally bound to throw myself into it with all the ardor at my command.
I'm the happiest fellow alive.